So, morning rolls around. Sleeping in a jail cell is not comfortable. You guys see waiting outside. You see Jacob and his car, and you see your mom's car, Jeb, and she looks extremely both. It's a mixture of anger and worried at the same time.
Yep.
Jacob says, "All right, guys. Somebody died apparently."
Jacob, I think it's best if we reconvene later, and I go to my mom and hug her, give her a kiss. Like, I'm so sorry, Mom. This is horribly complicated.
she goes, "You didn't get hurt, did you?" And she just glares over at Frank.
She's like, "No, Mom. Thankfully, I didn't, but unfortunately, Dad took one for the team."
She's like,
he's
she's
fine.
like, that's fine. Well, I posted, me and Mr. Adams, we posted bail for both of you. But just we'll worry about it later. She just glares back at Frank, and you see your dad just kind of trying to look a little smaller than.
So, Mom, it was on me. It was really my fault. Dad, I just brought Dad along, and he's the one that got shot. It was all on me. Trust me, it wasn't his fault.
All right, and Jacob comes up to the three of y'all and says, "All right, so we need to meet up back at my office with Beryl so we can form a game plan." And he's kind of giving you the wink kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you would allow me,
Jesus.
Always at the best opportunity.
I don't believe anyone. I believe my Jeep is still out at the trail. I need to retrieve my vehicle.
Jacob says, "That's why I'm here. I'm your ride there."
Thank you. And if you don't mind, I'd like to stop off at my apartment first and drop off Basette. She was in someone else's care, and I want to make sure she's okay.
All right. He's like, that's perfectly fine. Which, by the way, Bastet, still cool as a cucumber. You think? Oh yeah. You think Officer Park was he was being legit when he said that he was he'd take care of her.
The coolest cat.
The coolest cat. Well, I guess we got to get our truck too.
Yes, I'll meet you all at Jacob's office.
Yeah, that sounds good. Mom, you're going to drive us to go get. Oh, I guess Jacob, you got room. Then you can take one of us.
You're just gonna bail on your dad like that, huh?
Well, I was hoping that my dad would go get the truck.
for all the goodwill you've built up through the past couple of days, Frank just glares at you as he walks by and gets in the car.
Frank will remember this.
He's no longer my touchstone.
Damn.
No, so I guess we all pile in except for Frank, and Frank's with my mom.
Yeah, eventually you guys do meet up though.
So cars and trucks are picked up, cats are dropped off.
Yeah, it's about 1 PM. Beryl, you eventually walk into Jacob's law firm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "All right, so the good news is after calling after working your bail out, wasn't too expensive. You guys just show up on your court dates. This is going to blow right through though. But just the meantime, small town, people are going to talk."
Oh boy, do I know it. I mean,
actually,
goodness.
If this scene involves Beryl walking in, Peter immediately notices her and says, "Oh, Beryl! Oh, it's lovely to see you, dear."
It's good to see y'all in one piece. Sounds like it was a rough night.
Oh, we're fine. Do you want some coffee?
Sure. Yeah, totally. That'd be great.
Peter goes to pour you a cup of coffee. Cream.
Jacob goes, "Don't touch my coffee."
Are we
In
the
true
only
Tyler
ones
fashion.
in this
Yeah.
area here?
It's just you guys in Jacob's office.
So y'all, I mean, I do want to hear about everything, but I do have to tell you that one of my coworkers is involved in some sort of organization that is apparently working on supernatural shit. And I was kind of told to back off, but then I convinced her to help me. And
just then the chair spins around and Frank, who was in there the whole time, but I forgot to bring up, said, "What?"
Well,
So legitimately, is Frank with us?
Yeah, Frank's with you. I forgot to mention that because I expect Tyler to eventually come back, and I'm just bringing him in just to give an explanation of how you guys got out of jail that night, and you got someone kind of on the case.
So logical, yeah. Explanation.
Well, Beryl, that's interesting. So you're saying there's a secret group?
There's more people like us
who, well, I think they probably have more resources than us. My friend was able to. She did some sort of, well, I assume magic shit. Something happened that sort of inexplicable. She's walking further
like
down
another wizard.
Your friend knows magic like the shitty wizard.
I don't know for sure. Like, I didn't ask how she did it. I just know that she talked to some spooky thing that was trying to lure me to my death. And I almost had to shove Rat in the way. So,
but are you all right?
At which point the door opens and you hear a laugh track and there's Rat and he goes, "What?" No.
Me?
Dread's like,
I'm sorry, you had to shove a rat?
No. The
and he goes, "No, me." He was actually minus the laugh track. He actually did kind of. He's like, "No, me." He holds his hand out. He's like, "Name's Rat." Hey, you're the guy who runs the Skunk Ape Museum.
Yes, that's me.
He's like, "Dude, have you seen any? How many have you seen so far?"
I have seen 0.
He's like, "Oh, that's bullshit, man." He's like, "Okay, so one, I know they're there. Did you hear about that pterodactyl in the woods?"
I actually did. Look, this is you and I can talk a different time, but I have some ideas as to where this pterodactyl might be.
Well, in the more
He's like, "That's cool." And I'll tell you, I think there's a Mothman out in the woods too. I'll later.
West Virginia, honey.
He's like, "Look, man, He's like, he looks at you, Beryl, and goes, "Look, man, I was watching this show on History Channel called Ancient Aliens, and I think there might be a Mothman, okay? Here specifically."
Here's, okay, all right. That's neither here nor there. Today, 4:00, we're meeting back at the school. All of us are going to meet with Destiny, and maybe she's going to bring some people. It's not entirely clear, but one of her people was one of the people who helped arrest y'all, and I don't know who it was.
I know who it wasn't.
Oh, okay, all right.
Are you saying that we're meeting with a secretive group
at the place that you almost got killed?
Well, I mean,
I thought our day was weird, but
can I ask at this point, have we told Beryl, Jacob, Rat, like, have we told them what we experienced, like, in full?
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So, okay. I didn't realize we had an appointment. I was hoping to get back to the museum. No, that's fine. I was hoping to get back to the museum and maybe study those antlers, try to figure out what we encountered. But this seems important, meeting with your Illuminati friend.
I don't know if that's, I wouldn't call it that. That seems like it has some sort of weighted, connotations, but some sort of group, at least some of whom want to minimize outside interference. So I don't know exactly what this is going to entail, but
does minimize mean?
I don't know exactly. What?
Do they want to kill us?
I mean, if they wanted us dead, like Destiny could have just let me get fucking ate by a spider monster or something. So I don't think so. And in fact, I did ask her if she was going to kill me, and she said no, she didn't want to do that. So so I think maybe, help us to understand what's going on better. There's something about so she said that, like, I think on the meth dealer side, there's some spirits, but not like ghost spirits. She talked about how there's like spirits of nature and spirits of the trees or the deer or whatever, and evidently somehow one of those is maybe involved in this. And I asked if it was the spirit of meth, and she said no, it was not. So I'm not sure exactly.
Frank goes, how dangerous do you think these people are, Beryl?
I mean, I only know one of them, and she's my coworker, and she's pretty cool, but I don't know how many people we're dealing with. I don't know how big this thing is. I don't know exactly what their like sort of power levels are. I mean, they could be intensely dangerous or not at all.
Things are a little hairy because, like, the three of us, up until this stuff gets taken care of, like, I mean, we can't really legally be carrying firearms. I mean, that's not. If they really wanted to. I was about to say that's not going to be stopping me, but
we may still need to show up armed. I have a flare gun in my Jeep.
I'll be honest, I don't think I can carry a gun for right now. I mean, I'd like to meet these people, and I would like for them to tell me what it was that I killed, if it really was just a man, or was it something more. I want to meet these people. I don't have anything to lose.
When Destiny she didn't ask me to bring y'all, she told me to bring y'all. So I think that's an important distinction. It sounds like, this is fairly imperative to get this sorted in a timely fashion. So I don't know if that's just them telling us just to back the fuck off, or
are we showing up armed or not, though? I believe this is an important distinction.
I mean, y'all fuck with guns if you want, but like I don't. I would not feel. I mean, yeah, I've held a couple guns. Like I, fucked around with guns out in the woods, but like not really trying to shoot anyone.
Jacob says, well, as I guess the group's attorney, the legal side of me says bringing a gun is a terrible fucking idea.
Mm-hmm.
But we've dealt with ghosts. You guys have apparently dealt with some kind of shape-changing person. We don't know what the hell these people are, and we're already kind of acting outside of the law.
Well, here's the thing. So, up until, the other day when we, messed with that deer man thing, I would have said a gun wouldn't do as much good because, the ghosts, they're not going to, do anything. But after I was able to I don't know, maybe save our lives with just shooting that thing, I think a gun's not a bad idea to bring.
Jeb, I was able to get, my camera was still in my Jeep where I put it. Were you able to keep that cell phone that you took from the body?
I don't know. Did I? Was it in whatchamacallit? Evidence? Because it was on my person. It was definitely on my person.
It was on your person, but they didn't collect it. Weirdly enough, they didn't collect your phone or their phone, and your phone is completely dead because it was recording everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I'm going to assume you mentioned to Jacob, and he has absolutely said, advised you to save that on a computer.
I'm actually just going to give him the phone and be like, the passcode is get her. I'm just kidding.
Harvey.
Get her
that
done.
guy's not even from the South.
It's just Harvey.
Just Harvey.
Okay.
No, I'm actually just going to give him. That's a good point. I'm going to give him the phone. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to trust you as my lawyer to do what you need to do with this evidence. But to answer your question, Peter, yeah, I still got the phone, but it's password protected still. I mean,
but my thinking is, so for this meeting, if Beryl is correct in who these folks might be, so we're showing up with my camera, which has photo evidence of not only the creature we encountered, which I took the time to save at my computer at home, but and by that I mean I scanned a Polaroid. But
hey, whatever works, man.
But also the various footprints and whatnot. But that phone that you got could be something they might be able to decipher if they're friendly.
That's wise of you, Peter. Yeah, we should bring that.
And if they're not, then we'll all be dead, and it's fine. It's fine either way.
I'm bringing a flare gun.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter, I think that's unusual, but I think that might work. Dad, are you going to go unpacking?
He's like, well, I've got kind of a broken wing here still. His arm is very much bandaged up. He's like, but I'm so hopped up on painkillers right now that I could probably take on the world.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm amazed.
Well, I'm going to reluctantly take a handgun then.
To which Frank says, he's like, son, I get where you're coming from. But this is one of those instances where it, be ready to fight even if a fight doesn't come.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Is this rat character going to come with us?
he says, yeah. Unfortunately, he's kind of drug in too much. I don't think he's stupid enough to say anything. He's
gonna be a good boy and be quiet and be cool about this shit. We already had a talk about it. So
Someone tells me that's not gonna happen. I look at my dad like.
Well,
so
I don't think he wants to get
I assume you guys make your way over to the elementary school.
Yep. Yeah. Peter does retrieve his flare gun from his Jeep.
But more importantly, is Bastet at the apartment or is Bastet with you?
Bastet is at the apartment. Like this has been a long time. He wants her with him, but she has to stay safe in her home.
Okay. So when you guys get there, you see two other vehicles and old beat up motorcycle, old just fucking chopper. But yeah, and standing out in front of the elementary school is Destiny. What looks to be a pretty rough kind of biker dude, bald head, spiderweb tattoo on his head, and the officer Park.
All right.
I mean, we all get out of our car, like the car that we're in, like all badass, or what are we doing?
It's up to you guys. Officer Park, he's not in police clothes. He's wearing just jeans and a hoodie.
Is he handsome?
Oh yeah, very handsome fellow.
Okay, all right.
Very very handsome Korean American.
All right, just curious. Real John Cho type.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get out of the car and lock eyes with Park and just go.
But I mean, what I'm pointing out at the end of this, there's 3 of them and there's like 7 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this might not be their full force.
Yeah, and just to make note, Jeb backed into whatever parking spot he parked into.
To which Officer Park, he looks at everybody and says, "So there seems to be a lot more of you than I was thinking there'd be."
Well, it seemed to be someone here that I didn't expect to be here. I knew someone was fishy.
He's like, he says, "Look, I was trying to keep this nice and level. You can blame fucking Zach."
Oh, I did. He's a piece of shit.
Officer, can I?
He's like, yeah, but his dad's fucking sheriff, man. It's out of my hands.
Okay, that would explain it.
Officer, can I just thank you for taking care of my cat? If it was you.
He smiles. He says it was, and it's not a problem.
Thank you.
So, he says, so she's caught me up. She's caught us, the three of us, up on most of the stuff. Apparently there's something kind of fishy going on with a drug dealer, and it looks like it might be more than just drugs.
That's what it appears to be. It seems like there's strange things happen here.
I believe Beryl would be the one to tell us the information on that.
Oh, Rat actually saw it happen, but
to a Trey, he's like, all right, so here's the scene.
I mean, as they go, actually, Rat, I really appreciate it, but I think Beryl or Jacob has this one covered. Appreciate the gusto, buddy, but
Dear Rat was over at his friend's house. What's the drug dealer's name again? Oh, Geek. He was at his house, and he saw him basically eaten by rats, by fairly large rats, all up in his gutty works. And then
any one of you guys, when you say that, you can roll wits and perception. I mean, not perception, wits, and I keep saying that because that's a D&D stat that's commonly used. Wits and composure.
Okay. All of us? Any of us?
Yeah, any one of y'all.
Composure.
You know what? We will say, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to say one. Beryl, you roll it.
Okay. I'm going to burn a willpower on this one.
Okay. Burn it.
Shit. Let me do the what are the additional effects for
you can turn the 10 again to a 9 again.
And okay, I'll just do regular this time. I don't know if it's that.
Okay, you can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, honestly, I would say that this isn't in direct relation to the hunt.
Okay. All right. I got 4 successes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, when you mention that, a bunch of rats jumped on a guy and started chewing up his chest, pretty much all 3 of them, their faces immediately changed to just dead seriousness.
Okay. All right. So
they
started to make light of that.
Yeah, you suspect you said something that really caught their attention.
Somehow I had not gotten to this part yet. Okay. Yeah. So old Geek was chewed and ate by rats, and then so Rat left, and then ended up running into him couple days later, and he was fine, apparently, not chewed up by rats, and then somehow his hand was the hand that was left at the school that Destiny and Rat and I went to, and that part I'm still sort of unclear as to the timeline on that one, but yeah, just there's a lot. And then there's also maybe some sort of weird deer shape-shifting man in the woods that tried to kill y'all.
Yes, I've not really had the time to research that, but I think given some time I could maybe identify what we encountered.
Peter, why don't you show them the Polaroid? It seems like these folk are a little more in tune with the sort of thing than we are. We also...
Yes, good idea, sir. And Peter kind of shakily takes out his original Polaroids and kind of like at first he kind of walks towards them and just kind of holds them out,
they'll give them back, I'm sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then he just holds them out for someone to take.
Which Officer Park. He takes it. He looks over, passes them around. Destiny, she says, looks like a half deer, half man.
That would certainly be what it was.
But as soon as I killed him, as soon as I killed that man, he turned just into a normal man.
I can
You also said
confirm it's
the
not
antlers
spread
fell
back.
off or something.
And shrunk.
Hmm.
To which Park he says, "Yeah, we're familiar with him. From the sounds of it, you might have gotten into his territory, but he's never really that aggressive, ever."
So you know this man. Who was he? Do you know? Did he have any family?
We knew who he was in terms of he could change his shape, but didn't really know anything about him. Wow,
Well,
what do you know?
well, I have a phone. I'm being honest. I'd like to know who his family was because I feel like he was someone's brother, dad, grandfather. So I think I have his phone was password protected, and I'm sure with y'all's resources you could break into that no problem.
You hand the phone over to him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at it, hits the home screen. He's like, "Well, we can look into it. I mean, if you guys are trusting of us."
I mean, it's just a brick to me. I mean, I can't do anything with it, so might as well. Just whenever you have time.
The trust would go a long way if I could get those Polaroids back.
He goes, "Oh, of course," and he hands them to you.
Thank you.
He looks to his left to Destiny. Looks over to his right to the kind of pretty haggard, hard ass looking biker guy, and he goes, "You guys thinking what I'm thinking?" And the biker guy just kind of grunts and just goes, "Sounds like a Becheloux." And he's like, "Yeah, I was thinking that too."
Pardon?
What now?
Okay, so
Can I roll to see if I know what that is with my?
it is going to be at a +3. I mean, at a -3 disadvantage. This is some pretty deep lore shit.
Tell me what I
But
need.
yeah, absolutely. You would roll intelligence and occult.
Okay. So at -3.
Now, if you wanted, you could spend willpower and even risk willpower if you wanted.
I have faith in Peter here.
Okay.
Even at -3, that gives me 4 dice.
Okay.
Okay.
Because at worst case scenario, I just don't remember it among all the things he's studied.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay. Good enough.
Okay. It is a very obscure, very old word that you've read before. The closest thing you can find is the word. I mean, that really kind of springs into your mind. It is an extremely old word for rat.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like it has another meaning too, which could be sickness.
I mean, I assume with that knowledge, maybe Peter pipes up a bit because though his crippling social anxiety hurts him, like upon knowledge, that's his deal. So he's like, "Oh yes, a rat or sickness, correct?"
To which all three of them kind of cock their eyebrow, and they say, they'll kind of mutter something to each other. You guys don't really hear it, but the haggard biker guy, he speaks to you, but it sounds like absolutely gibberish. But the way by the sound of his inflection and like the way he cocks an eyebrow, you imagine he's asking you a question. But yeah, it is. You have no idea what the hell he's saying. To which he just like, I guess. To which then he says, "I guess not." He's like, "But yeah, that does mean that's roughly kind of what it means."
So is this the thing that's what ate the people up, or is this what that deer man is? I mean,
they say no. The deer man, he's just one of many different types of skinwalkers. He just best way we can describe it is he got way too into hunting and decided to become what he hunted.
Peter, upon hearing this, Peter is literally frantically like writing on a notepad everything he just heard.
And do you think these things are related, or just happenstance that we came across this?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of different spirits out there. None of them are necessarily malevolent, but seeing this much activity and what Destiny told us that Hazel said over at the school, there's a lot of strange connections here. But here's the thing. Your buddy Geek, we would normally be able to take care of him, but he's way too out in the public.
Mm.
And I think he knows this.
Mm.
And I think he's using it to his advantage.
So is that why you brought us here? Because we're going to be your public agents?
It's like agents.
Lackeys, whatever you want to call us.
If you don't mind me asking, who are you? Like, what's your group?
What's your deal, even?
Like, who even are you?
The biker guy, he snorts. He says, "Just consider us something like neighborhood watch, and we're just looking over our turf."
Okay, so we got the spooky breakfast club telling us that we got to do what now?
He says honestly, we don't know. Here's the thing, we could handle this, but it would not be very pretty at all, and it would make way too big of a scene. That would be very, very inconvenient for us specifically.
As a known meth dealer, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but I do know that meth houses tend to explode. I mean,
We don't think an explosion would necessarily take them out, though.
Oh, okay.
And here's the thing: there's things we can do on our end. All the spirit stuff.
Mm.
We might be able to take care of some of that. But the thing is, he's over here on this side of
it. He's on this side. What do you mean, this side?
About some sort of different parallel.
He's over here. He's over here on the physical side of things.
Okay.
Are you saying there's a different side?
Oh,
it sounds like
man.
some D&D shit.
He's like, oh man, there's. He's like, there's a lot of different things. There's there's this stuff. There's the place where the ghosts go. There's a place where the spirits go.
Peter's furiously writing down.
Oh my god.
So this Bechalou rat sickness has moved from one side into another, being this side, and that's why you can't get him easily.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Sometimes spirits like to inhabit other living things and become one with them. He's like, it's really complicated, but all you need to know is some of them, like the Specialoo, they specialize in tearing down the walls between this side and the spirit side of things.
That doesn't sound great.
And we don't want
that. Unless you want a lot of really sick, plague-ridden rats running around the place.
Well, of course not. Just sarcasm. So
he's like, here's the weird thing, though. It was something Destiny pointed out. She goes, "Yeah, the whole rat and sickness thing. No one's really being sick right now. Like normally, when these kinds of guys come in and into an area, people start getting really sick."
Well, so then what is it? Does that maybe have something to do with this drug that Jacob and Beryl has told us about?
What do you mean?
Well, there's some new.
I was trying to remember if we'd heard that or if it was OOC.
Jacob says, "Of course, I told you all about that."
Yes.
Uh,
Why wouldn't we know?
I think he's actually calling this new drug the sickness, yeah? And something about how it's like very different from the normal stuff he does. Very like rough come down for people. So maybe it's manifesting like that rather than sort of a traditional, plague situation. It's a plague of drugs.
Well, the only thing I can think of is we all just kind of maybe need to watch this really close.
And what does that entail? That we're just keep on existing, go about our days, and then just something looks weird, do something about it.
Say something.
I mean, there's
to which Destiny says, "Well, I kept telling you not to get involved, but since you're involved, this could maybe work in our favor and keep the body count down."
That down?
Yeah.
As in 0, hopefully.
Well, that's ideal, but we'll do what needs done.
And what needs done?
The biker guy all he does is he says balance.
Says the force or some shit. Like the fuck.
Well, it sounds like you all
Park chuckles at that and says, sort of.
Okay.
It sounds like you need to come up with a plan, or we do. Do you have any researchers maybe I could talk to or that could meet with me?
They'll look down on that, and he said, and Destiny says we had one at one point, but we don't really speak to her anymore. We're not really on speaking terms.
Is she within this community? I would be happy to. Well, if one of y'all could maybe come with me and talk with her, I would be able to maybe study what we're dealing with her.
The biker says, "Not a good idea," and Park says, "Yeah, that's not going to happen."
He kind of slinks back after that.
So Peter's our resident authority on researching now. He's head of that. I mean, then what do the rest of us do? I mean,
I run away from stuff. I'm scared.
Beryl, you've done great.
Park says, "Well, whenever you guys get the opportunity, I mean, there's always the chance to investigate, stake things out. I mean, if you're in this deep, I mean, things are dangerous, but you're gonna have to get your toes wet at some point."
If you don't mind me asking, where would we start investigating?
That's a tough one, he says. Honestly, it's just wherever you guys think it would work out best. You can always stake out this geek guy's place. That seemed. I say you could stake his place out. We've combed over the elementary school pretty well. Could possibly maybe even be some stuff within the woods. The thing about the deer man out in the woods, he like I said, he kind of stayed within his own territory unless he uprooted and moved his shelter somewhere.
Well,
Tell you what, he says, tell you what, we'll table this. We'll table this and we'll get back to you guys. Just take the next week off, maybe recharge your batteries and stuff.
Go to court.
He's like, I'm sorry about that, but I got my day job too, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I feel like your day job is just a guise. It's not quite like everyone else, but that's okay.
He's like, says you stomping around hunting Bigfoot.
Okay.
Touche.
He's like, but we'll table this. We'll see what we can find on our end, and if you guys would not mind keeping your eyes and ears peeled, if there's anything that we think you guys might be able to help out with, we could send some stuff your way.
I'll be researching at my museum for probably that entire time if you need anything there.
Yeah, you can always find me at the hardware store. I'll probably just be there. So.
And obviously I'm at the pickaxe, and I can't not be looking for spooky shit now. Now all I see is like potential spooky stuff. So.
And Park walks up and hands all of you business cards, and he's like, and here's my contact information if you need to talk. If you have anything that you have any questions. Or are you making the baddie eyes, Beryl?
Maybe a little.
Jeff definitely sees that 100%.
I mean, come on, man.
Peter is very scared of all of them, very much so the biker.
Yeah.
Aww.
And to which Park says, I mean, he's like, look, I get that you guys are, maybe wanting to help, with whatever this is, but I mean, you guys are already in pretty deep.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether we like it or not, we've seen and done things that can't be quite undone. So
can't unring that bell. Yeah.
At which point Rat says, I should change my name to like Bechalou.
Oh my God.
And we're going to call it an evening on that.
Yeah.